All right, I love these kneeling internal rotations because it's just such a happy position that your shoulder's in. It just feels so good. You really feel those internal rotators working as you do this, especially with the angle of the cable being higher than the arm. And if you don't have a rack like I do right here, you can really just put a box next to yourself and really just focus on rotating the shoulder inward, keeping it nice and controlled. Do not move your body to get a more range of motion, right? Keep that shoulder locked down. Again, we're focusing just on that rotation. When I do my cable external rotations, I'm gonna add a rolled up towel or t-shirt to the inside of my arm. By pressing against the shirt as I do my rotations, it lets me focus more on the rotation of the shoulder and not on this abduction, which is a common mistake we see when doing this exercise. Cable internal rotations, and again, we're using a rolled up shirt or a towel. We're keeping that pressed against our body the entire time. This is gonna help us focus on the rotation of the shoulder and not having any excess movement that's going to take away from the exercise, okay? So again, press on the towel, I'm coming in, keeping everything nice and controlled. Here's one of my favorite ones, and it's also not so common. A lot of people don't really know about it, and it's a first rib mobilization. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna station the Smith machine right under your shoulder. We're gonna dip under the Smith machine, and we're gonna press that Smith machine up on our trap the closest it gets to your neck, okay? So you're gonna get under it, you're gonna stand up so there's pressure applied to that trap, and then with your arm, we're going in a full range of motion, just reaching up overhead, and all the way back down. And again, this is a first rib mobilization. Now I love this exercise because you're isometrically externally rotating. You're not gonna rotate any more in or out from this position, but you are gonna push the shoulder into flexion and extension. So an isometric contraction of the external rotators, and you're taking it through this plane of motion. All right, here we're doing these end range of motion front raises where I'm basically starting already at this high position and going straight back over my head. I love these, going really slow on the way down and with a pause at the top. It's impossible not to feel the whole back of your shoulder lighting up as you do these. Here we're doing cable overhead presses, but the goal is a straight line. I want to maintain a straight line all the way up over my head and not allowing my arms to fall forward at any point during this movement. It's going to stabilize, and it's going to stabilize through the range of motion. That's what makes this exercise so great. Scapular pull-ups. So the goal here is to basically do a pull-up without bending my elbows, really strengthening and activating all those posterior shoulder muscles. Now to show you how to do this from a different angle, I'm pretty much just packing my shoulder, sticking my chest out, and then letting my arms get pulled out of my body. So I'll show you again. I'm here, I'm letting my arms get pulled away, and then I'm pulling my shoulders back in, using all of this structure in the back of the shoulder. All right, here we're doing an overhead mobility stretch, and the reason I like doing this on a Smith machine as opposed to maybe a wall or a stationary bench is I can adjust the height of this bar, right? So this is for different people who are different heights and different mobility levels as well. So you can kind of play with the bar until you find a height that's really comfortable for you or that just feels the best. For this one, we're gonna start in an elevated position. We're gonna externally rotate and we're pressing straight up. Now, the emphasis here is that while you're going up, not allowing the cable to pull your arm in, okay? You want everything to stay in a straight line. So I'm coming back down, internally rotate, and then we'll do it again. Externally rotate, press straight up, back down, internally rotate.